Hi everyone, it's Tracy from Downward Dog Rising. Join me for a Pilates Reformer workout. So let's begin. First of all, we're going to need 3 springs. You could try 3 reds. If you want it lighter, 2 reds and a blue. If you want it heavier, 2 reds and a green. Or if your machine doesn't have colored springs or just black springs, just put on 3. All right, let's begin. So you're going to turn, and you're just going to let your legs push against the foot bar, and then you want to feel how you're right on top of your sits bones, and just roll down. Scoop the abdominal wall to the length of your spine, and then lift up again. Peel back, use your core, elevate up, 3 more, use your core. Exhale, lift 2 more times, reach top of head away from tailbone, last one. Now roll sequentially down. If you want to spot, just use backs of thighs. Peel down, peel down, peel down, all the way. Excellent. Your headrest could be up or down, totally up to you. Now if you wrap your toes around the bar, press, dip, lift, and come home. Little space between the toes. Down and up, come home. 8. Feel how your core deepens to your spine. 7 and 6. 5 and stretch. I want you to feel your core really deep into your back. 4 more. And 3 more. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, last set. Balls of feet are on your bar. Pilates V stance, first position in ballet, scoop in, exhale, lengthen, feel inner thighs spiral outward. Exhale, and 7, and 6, reach and stretch, 5, 4, let those ribs cascade down together in front, 3, and 2, last one, stay out there. Heels lower, heels lift. Stretch those medial center part of those calves, inside of calves. Strengthen your ankles. 5, 4, it's going to start to burn a little. 3, tailbone long. 2, back on mat. Last one, and come in. Awesome. Now place your toes, I should say heels, firm on the bar. Really articulate your ankle joints, stretch toes to sky, dorsiflex the feet. Push down, lift the front of your quads off your knees, resist with the backs of your thighs and your glutes. 8, 7, ribs drop down together, and 6, 5, exhale, 4, and 3, control your springs in your carriage. 2 more. Exhale, last one, awesome. Now just slide your heels out, same degree of turnout, the hips, the knees, the ankles, everything rotates out. Feel the collarbones wide, chest open, press. Work on that knee tracking. The middle of the knee joint is aligned over the second toes. 8, 7, 6, 5, resist, come home. 4, 3, ribs pull down together. 2 more. Exhale, last one. Come all the way home. Make sure headrest is down flat so it doesn't compress cervical, spine, neck. Pelvic lift, bottom lift. We're going to do a low bridge up, neutral pelvis. Elevate, engage your glutes, your core. Feel those hamstrings. Exhale, 9. If your low back needs extra support, maybe not straighten the legs all the way. 8, 7, feel those ribs scoop and wrap, pulling down in front. 6, and 5, chest open, no weight in neck. 4, and 3, really feel the abdominal wall deep into your back. 2 more, and last one. Hips go down at the same time. And now do a little windshield wiper, knees on the middle, knees and the feet in the center, knees sway. My thoughts get ahead of me and then I can't talk. So you're just going side to side. Return to the middle. Keep headrest flat. Heels back on the center of your foot bar. Now the goal when we do bridging, stretch tailbone far away from you so your low back avoids arching. And then you're going to control the descent down so your hips come down at the same moment. Draw the two hip points closer together. Get that transversus abdominis muscle tightening across. Get pelvic floor scooping in, zipping up. Elevate up, hip width. Exhale, inhale. Now bring your pelvis straight to the mat. So you go up, out, in, down. 8 more. Up, exhale, out, in, lower, down. 7 more. Up and out, in, tighten those core muscles, down. 6, 5, down, and 4, inhale, exhale, and 3, straight up, out, feel those glutes, feel those hamstrings. Excellent. 2 more times, up and out, in and down. Last one, you're going to go up and out, in and down. Excellent. If your headrest is down and you want to bring it up, go for it. Wrap balls of feet around the bar, big toe next to big toe, and just do one heel up, one heel down. A little bit of running. This can be done at the beginning or end of your workout. It'll get your spine to elongate. Oppositional energy. Axial elongation, head away from tailbone. The spine elongates. Inhale, exhale. Like high half toe, down, high half toe, down. And reach, spread the toes apart, stretch those Achilles tendons, the lower legs. 5, 4, and 3, and 2. Last one. Awesome. Come all the way home. And now just hug your knees in. Let your tailbone, your sacrum sink into the carriage mat. Rock side to side if that's comfortable on your back. And then we're going to do a little roll up. So we're going to just extend the legs long. Maybe you'll slide down a little bit. Inhale, maybe reach arms back. Exhale, scoop the core tight. Nod your chin, peel up, reach, reach, reach. Now, we're going to go to, let's try, we're going to bring this down. And then we're going to go to 2 red springs. And then make sure headrest is flat. Now, word of caution, overhead is advanced, and we don't do it with osteoporosis, and we don't do it with degenerative disc disease or herniated discs. So let me just demonstrate something. I'm going to use my frame and my bar to do a little articulating bridge, because that's what you need to be able to know how to do. And if you didn't know how to do bridging, articulation, then you definitely don't want to do an overhead. Head away from tailbone. Modification that you could do, this would be a roll back. This is a posterior pelvic tilt. And then release. So you use your core. Notice how my abdominals scoop in tight. Release. And then this enables you to warm up, stretch out your back. 3 more. Articulation. So we roll 12 o'clock, 6 o'clock, pelvic clock. 12 o'clock navel, 6 o'clock pubic bone. Okay, now say you're going to go up into an articulating bridge. You would peel up, vertebra by vertebra. Inhale, soften your sternum, melt breastbone. Place the thoracic spine between shoulder blades into the mat. Try to articulate all the way to the tailbone. 2 more. Peel up, vertebra by vertebra. Inhale, chest open, collarbones wide. Soften. last one. Flow. Inhale. Exhale. Soften. Had a little wobble side to side. Trying to stay centered. Excellent. Hug knees in. Oh, that felt good. Okay, so for overhead, you're going to extend the legs out straight, and we're going to apply our articulating bridge. Maybe I'm going to slide so my shoulder blades come under the shoulders, I should say. So we're going to go 5 of these, lift up the legs. My arms are already up. Resist. You reach wherever you can with the legs so that your back doesn't arch off the mat. Your core is strong. 3. Your core is strong. Use your core. 2 more. And 1 more. Use your core. Now pull the arms down for 5, for 4. Blades to back pockets. 3. Scoop core tight. 2 more. And last one. We're going to put the 2 together now. The legs come down, the arms are up. So you're going to inhale, scoop the core tight, and then you're going to exhale. Now, articulate. Roll. Your thighs are parallel to the sky, so I'm not going to do jackknife. Your feet are going to just like stay aligned as you stretch your spine super long. Stretch those hamstrings to the sky. And then your toes will be right above your face, all the way down. And then the arms come up, control. You inhale, and then you exhale. Think of peeling into the back of your pelvis. You lift up, and then I'm going to have you inhale. Now roll out the spine, exhale. Really stretch the entire spine out. 2 more, breathing in. Exhale. Up and over. Chest is open. No weight in neck. Inhale. And then you're just going to roll your spine out. 1 more time. Breathing in. Exhale. Scooping in. Chest open. Inhale. And then exhale. Roll it out. Wonderful. Now from here, open up the arms for a second. Relax head, neck, shoulders down. Collarbones are wide. Breathe in, breathe out. 2 more times. Just let your spine settle into the carriage mat. Inhale, exhale. 1 more time. Inhale. And then exhale. All right. So I'm going to have you start off. Hands above shoulders. Knees come into tabletop. So your knees are just right over the hips. Drop your shoulder blades deeper into your back. Your head lengthens away from tailbone. Think an ocean wave cresting over itself. Scoop in. Now really pull those shoulder blades down the back and start pumping arms for hundreds. Exhale, collarbones wide. Breathe in. And then exhale, 20. Scoop core tight, chest open. Inhale. Exhale, 30. Maybe straighten out the legs. Breathe in for 5. And exhale, 40. Maybe lower down a little bit. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 50. Inhale, chest open. Exhale, 60. Maybe go into a V. Inhale. Exhale, 70. Back is on the mat. Inhale. Exhale, 80. Inhale, 5. Exhale, 90. Inhale for 5. Exhale, 100. Come in. Awesome. We're going to hang up those straps. Reach and elevate up. And then we're just going to do a spring change. All right. Coming all the way up. Place your foot bar up. We're going to do a red and a blue spring. If you want, you could put a ball or a yoga block between your knees. Work those inner thighs more. If it bothers your back, if your SI joint's unstable or something and it makes you feel off center, then you don't have to use a block. You would bring it between your inner thighs, slide to the bottom, peel down, Now we're just going to reach up, grab our straps. So sometimes I'll have clients squeeze something between their knees and it just gives something so the body has something to do and they don't have to think about staying in tabletop. So you're going to have your shoulder blades pull down the sides of your back, collarbones widen. Try to connect from the armpits down through the palms to get deeper into the middle back postural muscles. The knees float up. You exhale, reach, and 9. Reach arms long. 8. Stretch fingers long if possible. 7 and 6. 5 more. Reach and stretch. Chest is open. 4. Tighten core to spine. 3. Spine is long. 2. Last one. Reach hands down. Now open wide to sides of shoulders. Now reach straight above shoulders to ceiling. Never going higher than shoulder rest because you'll hit bottom. 9. Chest is open. Pull from those back muscles. 8. Head rest can be up or down. 7. And inhale, exhale, reach. And 6. And inhale, exhale, reach. And 5. Ribs wrap. Scoop in tight. 4. Notice how I don't bring my hands to the center. Keep them shoulder width apart. 3. 2 more. It'll take you out of your shoulder girdle if you cross. Now reverse, hands to hips, straight up, chest open. 9, breathe in, breathe out. Keep squeezing your block or your ball. 8, chest open. 7, get a good range. 6, modified. You could go down like this, little baby circles. Inhale, exhale. 5, 4, use your core. And 3, inhale, exhale, reach. 2 more. Breathe in, breathe out. And last one, breathe in, breathe out. Excellent. Come all the way in. Last thing we're going to do is just these little presses. Collarbones are wide. Extend the arms, engage back of arms, keep chest open. Very important not to let the shoulders curl forward. Keep shoulders open down and back. 8, 7, and 6, and 5, 4, really keep the width across shoulders, chest. 3, and 2 more. Last one. Awesome. Come all the way in. Take out your block. Now this next exercise that I'm going to ask you to do, we're going to do something called coordination. So our knees are bent, tabletop. Your elbows are going to be hugging tight to your sides, to your rib cage, chest open. Breathing in to prepare. This can be done with head down, or you could peel head, neck, shoulders up, open, close, fold in, and then you come back. So you're going to go open, close, knees, and then elbows. You could stay lifted the whole time if you are up. 1, open, close, knees, elbows, scoop, core tight. 7, 6, 5, core is strong. 4, 3, 2 more. Last set. Now maybe hold it here. 10, 9, 8, could bring head down if you wanted. 7, 6, feel those inner thighs. 5, squeeze the air out of the lungs. 4, 3, 2, last one. Fold those knees in, fold those elbows in, and come on home. Hang up your straps. All right, we're gonna do 5 single leg circles. Place heels on bar, extend the carriage out. Keep pelvis stabilized, circle around without moving either hip bone. Inhale, exhale. Hips to sky, inhale, exhale, squeeze the air out of the lungs. 3 and 2. Last one, wring out the wet towel, sides of waist, come back around. 5, 4, your hips stay facing straight to ceiling. 3 and 2 more. Inhale, exhale, reach. Last one, tighten core to spine. Bring your heel to the foot bar, come home. Now we're going to go the other way. Extend, lift up, point those toes. 10. So we did each direction, now the other leg. 4 and 3. Wring out the wet towel, scoop in tight. 2. Inhale, exhale, last one. Stabilize pelvis, protect spine. 5 and 4 and 3. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, and gently come all the way back in. Find the bar. Resist, resist, resist. Excellent. Slide on down a little baby bit. Reach, peel up. Use your core, use your core, use your core. Elevate. And then gently come in. Put 2 reds on now. We have a red and a blue. Spring and a half. A heavier spring, a lighter spring. Now we're going to 2 reds. So it's 2 medium springs or 2 heavy, depending what your heaviest springs are. On this machine, green's heaviest, red is medium, and blue is lightest. All right, we're gonna come back down, and we're gonna put our feet into these straps. So we're gonna lie back down, extend those legs, peel down, reach, 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 reach. All right, extend the legs long, tailbone heavy, walk foot into strap, walk your foot into the strap. Maybe you have it on the arches, and then if your feet cramp or your calves cramp, maybe you'll put it to the heels instead. So now you're gonna inhale, and then you're gonna exhale, lengthen and reach. You're gonna inhale, and then exhale, lengthen and reach, tailbone long. Breathing in. Think of keeping this crease right here. The legs are differentiating from the pelvis. 8 and 7. So you're making sure you have room here between rib cage, hip bone. 6 and 5 and reach, and 4. Breathe in, breathe out, and 3. 2 more. And inhale, exhale, last one. Head away from tailbone. I'm keeping my legs hip width apart. Now I'm going to circle around, come back to the middle. Head away from tailbone. My hips stay facing up. If my hips were wobbling back and forth, that means you need to do a smaller size circle. 6 more. Feel the ribs pull around to the center. This whole area is wrapping. 5, tailbone long. 4, reach and stretch, and 3, and reach and stretch, and 2, and reach and stretch. Last one. Inhale, lengthen your spine, reverse it. Come back around. Inhale, exhale, come back around. 8. Shoulder blades down, back. 7, use your core. 6 more, and reach and stretch, and 5, and reach and stretch, and 4, use your core, and 3, scoop abdominal wall in deeply to your spine. 2 more. Last one. Flow, heels in a V. Knees bended 90 degrees. Resist, resist, resist. Exhale, use your core. Head away from tailbone. Resist, use your core. And 7 and 6. Really resist. Scoop in deeply. 5, 4 frogs. 3 more. Use your core. 2 more. Last one. Avoid short spine if you have herniated discs, degenerative disc disease, or osteoporosis. You wouldn't want to compress, load your spine like this. C curve, peel up and over, knees over the shoulder blocks. Inhale, exhale, roll down vertebra by vertebra. So out in a V, maybe you come up parallel, you roll up, go into turnout, knees over the hips, scoop in deeply and roll down. Tailbone heavy on the mat, parallel, peel up, heels together. Maybe keep the heels at the top. The headrest is always, always down whenever you lift your hips up this way. Headrest flat, inhale. Now roll away from the heels and really stretch those hamstrings long. Draw the legs in, push back out. 2 more. Roll up vertebra by vertebra. Heels come in, and maybe you'll roll down everything at once. Scoop in tight. There. 1 more. Up, 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 up. Heels together. Maybe you'll keep the heels up there. Stretch out your spine. Exhale. Tailbone connects. Then bring the legs down. Walking on the wall, bend and press. One knee folds in, the other leg goes right over your hip socket. Bend and press. Stretch those hamstrings, bend and press. Bend and press, your pelvis stays stable. Bend and press. 5, straight line across, 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, those 2 hip bones face the sky, 4, and 3, and 2, last one, heels in V stance, Peter Pan, bow and arrow, now your leg goes to the side, make sure you're not twisting your hips, they stay 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, facing straight to sky, and 8, exhale, equal weight through each side, 7, and inhale, exhale, reach, inhale, exhale, reach, and 5, ribs pull around together, and 4, reach and stretch, spine is long, and 3, feel how your entire spine keeps stretching apart, and 2, and inhale, exhale, reach, just flow with the breath, and last set, wonderful. Bring the soles of your feet together, do a little Supta Baddha Konasana, butterfly stretch, feel inner thigh stretch, hip opener, feel the crease in the front of your hip and thigh, release. Feels great to release your low back. Now gently extend straight, pull down on your straps or your ropes, get those hamstrings. If your knees don't totally straighten, you don't want to force them, just stay with where you're at. And just get the backs of the thighs, more important, tailbone stays heavy, back stays on mat. Inhale, exhale. Excellent. One more deep inhale here. And then just gently fold in. Maybe you'll take one foot out, find your bar, push into it, take other foot, or you could just take both feet out at once, up to you. Hang up your straps. Now take your legs again, and you're just going to stretch them over your foot bar. Give yourself a little bit of space, elongate the spine. I'm going to get my shirt and put it against my skin so I don't get stuck on this part. Inhale, exhale, use your deep core. I had to cheat to get up. You got to go through. Inhale, pull, zip up. There you go. Come all the way up. Now, we're going to bring this down. We're going to go to a lighter spring. I'm going to take you to the blue. Now, your center of gravity, you never lean forward with your waist going in front of your body because you'll do the nose dive down into the spring. So you got to be careful. I'm going to slide this back. Whoops. And then I'm going to ask you to kneel. Come down low to get into position. And then once you settle, this is safer. Feel the crease here. And what I mean, if you're all the way up like this, you never go like that unless you're hip hinging and you're coming back down. So you might go up and then you might come back down. Hip hinge, up, rise through top of head, come back down. Up, come back down. That's one way you could do this, or you could stay lifted. This is the point where you've never bend at your waist or you get sent flying forward. So you gotta know that. Reach through top of head. That'll also help with your balance and stability. And 6, control on the way back down. And 5, blades reach down back. And 4, shoulder blades keep anchoring down your back. 3, chest is open. 2, collarbones wide. Last one. Awesome. Now this next one, hug a tree. Inhale, exhale, hug a tree. 8, keep spine reaching long. 7, and 6, and 5, 4 more, 3 more, 2 more, last one. Good. Now this next one, I'll show. You have to be careful you don't lean. We're going to take our straps up over our shoulders, thumbs, index fingers come together, and again, avoid leaning forward. And then you're gonna do over the head, shave the back of the head, extend those arms long. I'm gonna come down low so you can see better because I'm going out of the view. Exhale, 8, look straight ahead, 7, scoop core tight, and 6. Exhale, reach, and 5, blades to back pockets, wrap those ribs, 4, and 3, and 2 more. Last one, excellent. Now you're just gonna circle those arms around, come in, land, and I think I might move this a little bit down or up. There, as long as the edge of the wood frame, then you could see what I'm doing on the mat. We're gonna do single blue, still a light spring. You could bring your foot bar down, up, I should say. And then you could take your yoga block, a ball, and then I prefer my arm, but I'll show you what you could do with a ball or a yoga block. Notice how I slide to the bottom, one glute hanging over the edge. That gets me as much space as I need for my torso. I come onto the side. My head is either going to be on the block, shoulders away from ears. I have some space under me. I'm lengthening sides of waist. So you can either do it that way. And I personally like to just have my arm come across. So what I do this behind my head, under my head, and then you slide back. You keep your shoulders over the hips. That way your knee isn't rubbing over the wood frame. Straight line, shoulders to hips. You make some room there between the rib cage, the hip bones. Now we're just gonna grab our strap. And if it's hard to get your leg up in front of your face, here's a trick. Reach higher up your rope or your strap. You reach higher up, you bring it down, and now it's gonna be a little more accessible to get your foot in. And then you're gonna hold the shoulder rest in front, keep your rib cage straight, and now get glute max. You're extending that leg straight down. If your knee is pointing down to the springs, you're gonna be more wobbly through your pelvis. Try to bring your knee in a straight line with your hip socket in front of it, 90 degrees. That way you have a nice base of support. 9, glute to heel. Control each direction. 8, get that glute max to fire. 7, inhale, exhale, reach, and 6. Inhale, exhale, reach, and 5, use your core, and 4, and 3, glute to heel, space between ribs and hips, 2 more, and last one. So now, hips are squared, bend in. Now imagine you're doing half a frog. Your leg turns out position, extend, same degree of rotation, hip and knee and ankle. 9, scoop and zip up, control, 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 control. 8, and then 7, 6, inner to outer thigh, wrap into that glute medius. 5, 4, exhale, reach it out. 3 more, use your core. Exhale, stretch and lengthen. 2 more, use your core. Woo, last one. Fire up that thigh. All right. Now you're gonna come parallel. Make sure you don't rotate the kneecap to the floor. Keep it straight, patellar tracking, knee tracking. Now I'm gonna have you just gently swing back, gently swing forward without losing hip alignment. You'll have less range going back than you will forward, so you don't hyperextend the spine. We don't want to make it about our spine. It's about the pelvic girdle stability. Your spine stays stable. Inhale, exhale, use your core. We don't want to overdo the back. And 6, and reach, little pendulum swing. And 5, you're going to really fire up side to hip and glutes. 4, inhale, exhale, reach, and 3, and inhale, exhale, reach, and 2, and inhale, exhale, reach. Now we're just gonna gently, you could stop anytime and rest. You're gonna circle around, come back in, squeeze the side of your hip and glute, come back around, and 8, use your core, and 7, keep the pelvis level steady so it's not rocking. 6, and 5, maybe you'll do less reps. 4, 3, 2 more. Breathe in, breathe out. Last one, breathe in, breathe out. Reverse directions, come back around. You're gonna feel it work in that side of your hip and glute. And 8, control, blades to back pockets, relax, shoulders out of ears. 7, and 6, and 5, scoop and zip up. 4 more, those ribs wrap. 3, 2 more. Inhale, exhale, last one. Now lift this leg up, take foot out of strap. Now just extend this leg over the edge and just let that whole side of your hip and glute release. Woo, yeah, that felt good, didn't it? All right, stack your knees, stack your ankles. Stay here, 90 degrees. Palm down in your strap, shoulder out of ear, chest open. Now extend and squeeze back of arm, tricep. 9, control. 8, same rate of speed each direction. And 7, exhale, come back. And 6, 5, squeeze the back of the arm. 4 more, squeeze the back of the arm. 3 more, 2 more, and last one. Okay, here's a slight variation. Instead of doing palm down, release your strap, grab your strap, palm up. Now do it again, get into those biceps and the tricep. 9 and 8, so the first set was palm down, this one's palm up. 7, getting into a different area. 6, 5, squeeze back of arm, resist front of arm. 4, and 3, woo, it's burning. 2 more, and then last one. Excellent. Hang up your strap, your handle, and then just maybe do a couple circles. Inhale, exhale, 2, 3, reverse. Release that shoulder, that arm. 2 and 3, excellent. All right, now I'm just gonna show you a little trick so you don't get all squished and smashed together when you switch to the opposite side. Just press your top hand into your shoulder block, push up, come to a seated position. You're gonna come around to the other side, and then basically you're gonna come and sit at the bottom. Maybe you'll have one of your glutes hanging over where the springs are, so you're at the bottom of your mat. You're gonna align your shoulder over your hip. You could put your ball, your yoga block over the headrest flat, or you can have headrest all the way up high. Sometimes that's enough without the ball, without a block. Or you can take your arm like I am, your shoulders in line over the hip, slide down, you slide back, shoulders and hips align, make a little room between your bottom ribs and the mat. Feel some space here. Little trick, reach up a little higher where your rope is so you can get the carriage to come lower, and then that way it's not so high. It's not like you're trying to lift your foot over your head. Now keep the length, the space between the ribs and the hips. Knee is over second toe. Avoid letting your kneecap trace to the floor. Keep it straight. And then exhale, reach and kick. Get glute max, glute to heel. 7, you're controlling it in each direction. You don't want this carriage to slam in at the bottom. Control it home. 6. And then 5. We want constant resistance, so we don't want to slam down. 4. Keep it controlled. 3, scoop the core tight. 2, inhale, exhale, do a 90-degree angle, hip knee ankle. Last one, bring it in. Now externally rotate your femur bone, the thigh, inside your hip socket, like you're gonna go into a half a frog press, and extend, squeeze and wrap from inner thigh to outer hip. 9, control, really squeeze and get that thigh bone deeper into the socket. 8, 7, scoop and lift, feel that space. And 6, blades reach down your back. And 5, 4, ooh, exhale, feel it. Ooh, 3, 2 more. Last one, awesome. And maybe you'll just hug it in, release that gluten thigh for a moment. We're gonna go into a pendulum swing. Keep parallel, knee over second toe, swing forward and swing back. Maybe have hand on shoulder rest, maybe have hand on hip. You have less range going behind you so you don't overdo the spine. You keep stabilized. 8, 7, 6. Exhale, use a shorter range if you need to modify. 5, exhale, inhale, 4 more. You're gonna exhale, inhale, 3 more. Exhale, inhale, 2 more. Last one. Now we're gonna do a circle. Inhale, exhale. At any time you need a break, hug leg to chest, 7, or do a smaller circle in 6. Use your core, 5, squeeze that side of your hip and glute. You're really trying to wrap inner to outer hip. 4, squeeze, knee over second toe. 3, 2 more, squeeze and reach, last one. Now you're gonna go the opposite way, breathe in. Now really get into that side, glute medius. 9 and 8, squeeze and reach. 7, tighten the core. 6, really stabilize your hip. 5, 4, 3, this is my less stable side, so really focused right here so I don't swing all over. 3 and 2 more, it's really burning. Last one, awesome. Carefully hug in, hang up that strap for a moment, take the top leg and reach it towards the floor. Release. If you've ever had a hip replacement, you don't want to cross over midline, you don't want to put that at risk for popping out. Inhale, exhale, release that side of your hip and thigh. Gently come back up, knees and ankles stack. You're in a 90-degree angle, you still have room between rib cage, hip bone. Now grab your strap, palm faces down, extend the arms straight, fold in halfway. Now squeeze your tricep. Inhale, control. 9, 8, exhale, squeeze back of arm. 7, keep top of shoulder down away from ear. 6, 5 more, 4 more, and 3, 2 more. Last one. Okay, slight adjustment. Instead of palm down, do your palm up, grab your strap, place your palm, your elbows into your ribs. Inhale, now extend, squeeze the back of the arm, resist. You're also gonna get into those biceps and tricep, lateral head. 8 and 7, shoulder out of ear. 6 more, 5 more, 4 more, and 3. Inhale, exhale, and 2. Last one. Control home. Hang up your strap. Gently press against your shoulder rest. Bring your feet out. Press up. Careful you don't fall into the springs. So you're all the way up. Now, let's go grab our long box. We're going to bring our foot bar down. You probably have 2 safeties. You have to unlock the 2 safeties, set it down away from the frame. You're going to stay on a blue because I want you to do thoracic spine extension. And then we're going to do box, long box, tighten core whenever you lift or bring it down. Align it right down under the shoulder rest. Go straight down the line. And then it's much easier not to kneel on your box if you're going to be lying on it. So rather than kneel and having to climb, just stand to the side of your box, hold the edge, slide the front of your hips and thighs across it, center your body, lower down. Your knees are off the edge. Your breastbone is at the front. If you're uncomfortable, you can slide up or down a little, see what works for you. But you don't want your knees smashing into the top, okay? So your knees have to be back a little. You're gonna rotate, external rotation. I want you to feel that wrapping from the inner outer hips and thighs going under your gluteals, and then the energy just goes down through the feet. Extend the legs long. Your hip points stay super firm on the box, otherwise you arch your back. We don't want that. Take the tailbone, lengthen it away, thumbs and fingers turn out. And I don't want you to go way up there and pull with your arms, so I'm not asking you to do that. I'm asking you to stay closer, a little bit closer. Thumbs and fingers turn out, anchor your shoulder blades. Now pull from the armpits as you lift your heart off the box. Keep the openness across chest, shoulders, and then you come down to the box again with control. Thoracic spine extension, you're lifting up, elevate your heart. Keep reaching through the bottoms of your feet. You inhale, and then I'll have you exhale just to get lower lumbar spinal support. Inhalation facilitates extension, but I want to make sure your low back is supported. So I'll have you exhale up. And then 7. Feel collarbones open. And 6, get that spine to stretch apart, strengthen your back. And 5, exhale. Now if you want to try reversing the breath, inhale, elevate. Exhale, come back down. The higher you go, the lower it goes to the spine. 4, exhale down. Hips are stable. 3, collarbones nice and wide. 2 more, inhale, exhale, reach. 1 more time with control. Inhale, exhale, reach. Come back home. Relax head, neck, shoulders. Maybe nod head super slow, a little bit, side to side. Release your neck. Maybe rock pelvis side to side. Release your spine. All right, T-press. Take your handles, hang them over the edge. Thumbs, your pinky fingers reach the sky. So your palms are going to be facing down. You could even have palms down and then just reach pinky fingers away from each other. Chest is open. Now you're just going to pull the hands to the hips. Come back to your sides. Exhale, elevate your heart. Reach through bottoms of feet. Chest is open. And 8. And then 7. Control. 6. Chest is open. 5 more. Exhale. 4 more. 3 more. 2 more. Last one. Excellent. Come all the way in. Relax for a moment. Coming down. We're going to choke up a little bit. Make it a little heavier. We're going to hold the straps or the ropes. And then they still, handles hang over the edge. I want you to do a little flying eagle. Open your heart. So you're going to pull the arms back, lift your heart, circle around, come back in. 4, reach through bottoms of feet, elevate your heart. And 3. Sometimes I do this on a heavier spring. I'm going light today. 2, but use control so you don't lose your resistance. You don't want to use the momentum. So make sure it goes through the body. Come down. Now you're going to reverse. If you need more resistance, choke up higher on your strap. Now you're going to open wide, lift up, come back down. And 4, open wide, lift, and come back down. 3, keep elongating, head away from tailbone, lift from in between the blades. 2 more. Good, head comes up last. Last one, lift your heart. And gently come in. Wonderful. Take your handles, hang them up. Now, instead of pressing from down here, take the hands under the shoulders, aim 1 foot to the ground. So you just start sliding, and then you just lift right up like that. All right. Now, maybe you'll do a little back release. Walk behind your bar. Plant your feet, all 4 corners, into the ground. Now the weight goes down through hips and heels. Elevate your arms. Inhale, chin to breastbone, palms find their place on the edge of the box. And I want you to inhale as you stretch your heart forward. Press your sits bones behind you. Lengthen your spine. Tailbone drops down. Shoulder blades wide to sky. And stretch apart. Pull the front of the ribs away from the front of the hip bones. Lengthen out. tailbone long, inhale, and then exhale, stretch apart, extend like a cat-cow. Breathing in, exhale, press those heels away, front of ribs, leave the front of the hip bones. 2 more. Release your spine, pull it apart, front of ribs away from hip bones, sits bones stretch behind you, press into your heels, good. Last one, inhale, press into the toes, press apart. Slowly, you're going to control home. When the carriage slowly lands, drop your tailbone to the ground, scoop your core tight, and peel up vertebra by vertebra. Circle the arms around, excellent. Okay, we're going to take our box down. So you just tighten your core, reach for the edges of the box, and you just plant it down on the ground. All right. I want to get your hip flexor. We're going to bring our foot bar up, fasten it to medium. I only have a high or low bar on this particular machine, and it doesn't lock. If you have an older machine, never lift because you'll fall. Always push down against bar. Put on a green spring or a heavy spring. Step to the side. I want you to do a little eaves lunge. You're going to bring the bottom of your foot against your shoulder rest. Your other foot is next to the wood frame on the floor. Make sure the 2 hip points go straight and front. You let the tailbone drop. You're scooping into your core. You elongate to top ahead, hip hinge, find your bar. Now really lift up. Head away from tailbone. Notice how I'm not gripping heavy on the bar. It's just real light touch. Lengthen this hip flexor. Press into heel to stand. Inhale, press into those toes so the toes curl under. 5, really get that deep stretch, pull that hip apart. 4, exhale. 3 more, there's various ways you could do lunges. I'm having you do eaves lunge today. 2 more. Pull apart, feels really nice if you've been sitting at the computer or driving. Last one. All right, land. We're gonna come around to the other side. Just kick that out of the way, there we go. Your knee and your ankle are aligned. Careful you don't twist the ankle. Curl the toes under. Your foot's now on the floor next to the frame. You don't want to go too wide out and throw your hips off center. Your hips are straight. Sometimes we have one higher than the other. So you're trying to focus. Get 3 o'clock, 9 o'clock, face of a clock, straight across those hips. You let the tailbone drop down. You start to already feel like you're putting your hip flexor, your quad on a stretch. Elevate your heart, lift and hold bar very ever so gently. It's my fingertips reaching. And then I'm pressing into my heel as I come to standing. And then I'm just gonna elevate, head away from tailbone, open the carriage, get that deep stretch in the front of that right hip. And exhale, 8, press into your front heel, lift, elevate heart above bar. 7, feels delicious, stretching apart. And 6, press into front heel. And 5, 4 more, elevate, press through the bottom of your foot. 3, feel how those 2 hips face straight ahead. 2 more. Exhale, press 1 more time. Breathe in, breathe out. Inhale and exhale, reach. All right. Now, what I want you to do, take red, blue spring, spring and a half, place them on the hooks. Now take the green, the heavy one off. And then I'm gonna have you do something called knee massage. We're gonna do, oh my goodness, time flies. We're gonna do knee massage and then a little opening for the sides of our waist, and we're gonna call it a day. Kneel on your carriage. If you need an extra little mat under the knees, go for it to protect knees. Neutral spine would look like this, flat back. This stays lengthened. Press into the palms, push the legs away, emphasize the in, the exhale, crease at the hips, exhale, pelvis is stabilized. 5, 4, 3, 2, scoop deep into your center. Last one. All right, round back, pull into your center, zipper up, your tailbone down, Again, we don't do this with osteoporosis. Notice how I have to really scoop in tight. My collarbones open wide. My ribs expand. Armpits to palms. Keep the low back rounded. Now, exhale. Exhale. And exhale. And 7. And 6. Open up that low back. 5. 4. Inhale. Exhale. 3. And 2. Last one. All right. Now we're going to do down stretch. Pull your heart through the arms. Keep the elongation of your spine, armpits to palms. You don't have to go back too far. Elevate your heart over the bar. Back extension, elevate. Inhale, exhale, elevate. Open chest, shoulders. 5, 4, scoop in. 3, chest is open. 2 more. Inhale, exhale, abdominals pull through. And come in. Now we're going to take off your blue spring. You're going to turn to the side. And you're going to kneel. Make sure you don't lift up on the bar. If you have a machine like I do, you don't want the bar to come flying. You're going to kneel close to the edge. Armpit goes down to the palm. Extend the leg. Keep both sides of your waist elongating. Oops, I don't want to hit the leg. Stretch, stretch, stretch. Come back up. Open up your side. Balance. 7. Open up that side. And 6. Lengthen. 5. Feel those ribs stretch apart. Both sides of the waist lengthen. 4. 3 more. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more. Inhale. Exhale. 1 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. Woo! And then we just take it to our other side. Again, if you needed a little extra knee pad under the knee, you would place it under the knees. You're close to the spring side edge. Connect from the armpit to the palm. We have to decompress. We lengthen up. We don't just go over and compress everything. We lift, we lengthen up, knee and toes to sky. Make that firm connection into your shoulder girdle, in your back, and really open up your sidelines. Inhale, and open up, and exhale, reach. Feel how you have to stabilize through the pelvis, tighten the core to your back, and inhale, exhale, elongate that entire side. And 5, open the sides of your waist. Reach up, up, up. 4, and 3, tailbone drops. Oh, that feels so good. 2 more. Inhale, exhale. Open those ribs. The last one. Inhale and exhale. Reach. Woo! Land your machine. Carefully straddle. Sit. Go to your blue spring, light spring. Take off red. Now, open up. Press palms. Scoop your core tight. Stretch out your low back, your inner thighs. And 4, inhale, exhale, stretch it out. 3 more, inhale, exhale, stretch it out. 2. And last one, inhale, exhale. Now take hand to the middle of the bar. Open heart, get thoracic spine, your hip bones stay forward. And you're just going to reach under. Hips are straight, open. Exhale, reach under. Little thoracic spine mobility, open. Reach under. 2 more. Open, reach under. Last one. Breathing in, exhale. You're going to switch. Take your hand to the bar, connect to the center of the bar, armpit to palm. Your hips are straight. Open through middle back. Inhale. Exhale, reach under. And 4, lift up. Stretch. 3, chest is open. Reach. 2 more. Breathing in. Breathing out. 1 more. Get that thoracic spine mobility. Exhale. Wonderful. 1 last time. Stretch apart. Really get the head to lengthen away from tailbone. Feel those inner thighs release. Feel your low back release. Inhale, exhale. And then gently land your carriage. Wonderful. And just walk your feet down to the floor in front. Take a deep inhale, hug legs, lengthen your breastbone, give yourself a little hug. Inhale, exhale, release. One more time. Inhale, exhale, release. Root into your sits bones. And now I'm just going to be gently drop chin and roll your spine up vertebra by vertebra. Wonderful. We're going to do a little neck roll here. Chin to chest, slow motion. Just do a little stretch to the side. Not if you have hardware in the neck. Come center, roll to the other side. Breathe in, breathe out. This video had advanced, intermediate, and beginner stuff in it, so you're not probably gonna have done all of it. Like the overhead might be too much, or short spine. Come back to the middle. Gently return, take an inhalation, and just bring hands to heart. Exhale, release. I thank you so much for joining me. If you like my content, hit share, like, subscribe. If you have questions, leave them down under the video. If you want to train with me privately, check out my website, downwarddogrising.com. Thank you. Appreciate you for watching. Take care. Bye, everyone. Hope you like this workout. Bye. Peace.